Next, I'm going to look at the paragraphs above the map, and I notice right away there are no subheadings to help me understand how to organize the information or to tell me what is the main idea. So I skim through and I notice it's talking about main linguistic families, different languages, the largest family, Indo-European family, Sino-Tibetan family, languages, Asiatic family. So I think it's talking about each of the different main language families. That's my prediction. Let's take a look at the first sentence and see if it's the main idea. Languages are grouped into families according to word origin and structure. That sounds like it could be the main idea. So languages are grouped into families. I stop and I think, do I know this information? Is it new? Does it make sense? Do I have any personal experience of this? Stopping and asking those questions will help me to understand it better and to remember it better too. Languages are grouped into families. Do I know this? Yes, because I looked at the infographic on the class website and I saw the family tree of the languages and I explored that to find out which languages are related and what are the ancestor languages. So that makes sense to me. Languages are grouped into families. Okay, we know that. According to, so this is going to tell me how are they grouped into families? According to word origin. Now origin I know means where something comes from. So word origin. I know in English our words come from all sorts of different languages and they all get mixed together, which is why it's so difficult to pronounce and to spell. I know that other languages like Romance languages, Spanish and Portuguese and Italian, get most of their words from Latin. That would be the word origin. And structure. Okay, I know structure is how things are organized, and in English we organize our sentences subject, verb, object. That's not true, I know from personal experience learning other languages. German, for example, has the verb first, and some languages you can move the words around in the sentence, not in English. So languages are grouped into families. How? According to word origin and according to structure. So I think that's my main idea. So I'm going to take notes for 3 reasons. Number 1, so that I can understand better as I'm going through the reading. Number 2, so that I can remember it when I come back to it. I can review quickly and efficiently. And number 3, because I want to use my notes to give a verbal summary to improve my speaking. So my heading, languages are grouped into families. Now the next sentence says, these 3 main linguistic families are, and then it lists them, Indo-European, Afro-Asiatic, and Sino-Tibetan. Now, I know that Indo-European was the one I was exploring earlier, this one. So I'm going to go back to remind myself and give myself a visual, helps me to understand as I'm reading. This was that language family throughout Europe and going into northern India. Okay, Afro-Asiatic is the next one. And I know that Afro-Asiatic was orange. That's this one here, which probably includes the languages of Northern Africa and then also Arabic, I'm guessing. And then the last one, Sino-Tibetan, was that little blue one down here. Okay, so on my notes so far, I have languages are grouped into families by word origin and structure. And then I've written Indo-European, Afro-Asiatic, and Sino-Tibetan. Now I'm going to use this space to put in the details for each of my languages. Okay, so let's start. First one it's going to talk about is Indo-European, which includes English, German, and Spanish, and Hindi. That's that Indian language. Is the world's largest language family with over 400 languages. Wow. Over 400 languages constitute or make up the Indo-European family. Wow. Stop and think, 400 languages. Well, if you've been to Europe, you know that all those tiny little countries have their own languages. Some of them have more than one, so that does make sense to me. The Indo-European family, which has approximately 3 billion speakers. And there ends the information. So I'm going to write this in my notes. So it's going to look like this. So Indo-European, I write English, German, Spanish, Hindi. Largest family, 400 languages, 3 billion speakers. Those are my notes. Okay, next one, Sino-Tibetan. That was down here. That was the blue one. It says languages are spoken by over 1 billion people. One of these languages, Mandarin Chinese, has more native speakers than any other language. So I go back. Now Mandarin Chinese was part of the Sino-Tibetan family, and that was number 3 on my list. So I have to be careful to jump down to number 3 to write 1 billion plus speakers. Mandarin Chinese has the most speakers of any language. Okay, now the third one, Afro-Asiatic, includes about 370 languages, but has considerably fewer speakers. Considerably is an adverb. I see ly. That helps me to know it's an adverb. How many fewer speakers? Considerably means many fewer speakers. About 350 million people. The largest language in the family is, as I guessed, Arabic. Because I remember it was this language here, this language family, and I know that these are Muslim countries here where people speak Arabic. The largest language in this family is Arabic, with more than 300 million speakers worldwide. So when I put my notes together here, this is what they're going to look like. Now the next step for me and for you is to practice speaking all of this in a little summary. Take 1 minute, 2 minutes. Start with my main topic, list the 3, and then explain and describe each of the 3 families. Good luck and have fun.